where we roam. We can see beautiful things, flowers, lakes, and birds that sing. Colors of red, orange and yellow, valleys that are always mellow. Feel the wind as it carries us away beyond the horizon of endless days. Over the hills, over the waters, over the fields we go. Fly like an eagle, soar like an eagle, follow us where we go. Follow us where we go.
Michigan Magazine is kept on the road by our many Michigan friends. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Clemix Sales and Service on Mapes Road, west of Mile, your complete recreational vehicle sales and service connection. Visit their beautiful showroom of new and pre-owned ATVs, lawnmowers, power equipment, snowmobiles, utility vehicles, and more. Clemix Sales and Service is also the home of the American-made Victory motorcycle line on display at Clemix on Mapes Road, Mile. This week on Michigan Magazine, we explore the past and celebrate the future. Our first stop is to the historic Loop Harrison Mansion in Port Sanilac, home of the Sanilac County Historic Society. Join us for a fascinating journey into the area history. Then we explore the future of small-town business as we discover a husband and wife team who decide to make a go of it in the small rural community of Luzerne. He, a doctor of chiropractic. She, a baker and coffee shop owner. Stay tuned. Those stories are coming up on Michigan Magazine. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, what began as a crazy idea among 9 police officers to purchase the historic Clare City Bakery quickly became an international phenomenon, carrying on a Michigan tradition with delicious donuts, pies, pastries, breads, original coffee, and more, plus a full menu at the new adjacent Traffic Stop Diner. Downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. The Michigan-made rebounding mailbox pole. Never again worry about the winter snowplow taking out your mailbox with this ingenious rebounding pole. Your mailbox takes a hit and keeps coming back year after year. Call now or visit their website, toughmailboxes.com. If you have an appetite for area history, then a trip to the Sanilac County Historical Museum in Port Sanilac will undoubtedly supply you with a virtual smorgasbord of historic tastes. You see, the museum is located in a turn-of-the-century Victorian mansion called the Loop Harrison House and designated a state historical site. Here you'll find nooks and crannies filled with treasures from the past, artifacts that are lovingly preserved by the Area Historical Society that tell a variety of stories about the area's past. In our visit to the Loop Harrison home, we talked with Jerry Nyquist, who's a life member and on the board of directors of the Historical Society. Jerry began our visit with a brief history of the home itself.
A man by the name of Dr. Joseph Loop was the first medical practitioner in this area. And among the 3 homes that he lived in this area, this was the last one. This was his dream home. It's a 20-room Victorian mansion that was completed in 1875. His daughter Ada inherited the home. Ada had 3 children. One was Stanley Harrison, who was a Great Lakes ship captain. He lived in this home until his death. In fact, he died in the kitchen of this home. A few years before that, he donated the home and the grounds to the Sanilac County Historical Society, which was a fledgling organization at that time. And the donation was contingent on the home being used as a historical museum. And we're starting our 31st season now.
Really? My goodness. And this is a huge mansion in its day, and it's still a mansion in our day,
yes.
too. I mean,
yes.
It's quite the maintenance that has to be dealt with, and on a yearly basis, a weekly basis, more likely.
It's an unending job.
An unending job. But it's open to the public, and people can come in and take tours of this mansion, can't they?
That's correct.
Tell us a little bit about some of the special times you have here, perhaps.
Oh, wow. I've been involved for about 20 years now with the Historical Society. I'm a life member, and I'm currently on the board of directors. That sounds real impressive, but usually I'm here with my work clothes on, scraping, painting, replacing rotted wood, what have you. It's a labor of love. We have a number of events during the season, as well as just operating the museum. We have Log Cabin Day that's coming up soon. We have a Victorian tea. We have twilight tours in the evening when the home just takes on a totally different character as the sun sets and the shadows linger. We have school groups of area children in Sanilac County tour here. As well as the Victorian mansion, we have some outbuildings that are somewhat more modest but nevertheless very fascinating. We have the Banner log cabin that was moved here as a bicentennial project in 1976. We have a carriage barn that has some delightful artifacts in it. Last year we bought the property and barn next to the museum that's operated as a barn theater to the delight of summer tourists and cottagers in the area.
My goodness, as we come into Port Sanilac, we don't realize that there's such a history that's being preserved in this area by the Society. And we are in this mansion here. Tell us a little bit about the room we're in now. What is this room?
We're at the front of the house where there are two parlors. One is a formal parlor that wasn't used on a day-to-day basis. We are in the informal parlor. Perhaps today's terminology would call it the family room. I can remember well when Captain Harrison was still alive that he would sit in this room and chat with the museum visitors when they came through. And when he got tired, he'd go back into the kitchen area, which is the part of the house that was left for him to live in at his request.
So he was living in this home while it was being used as a museum?
That's correct.
And the room just outside this door, as we walk through this door, is...
That's the dining room.
Beautiful.
It has some absolutely gorgeous antique furniture.
That's a beautiful home here. We've got so many nooks and crannies. We could go on forever and ever and find new things to discover here. And you're always having special displays in some of the rooms, don't you?
Yes. One of the second floor bedrooms our administrator utilizes as our special display room, and each season she puts something unique in that room. Last year we had an absolutely delightful display of antique toys, and the children that visited the museum really got a kick out of that. I'm the brother of an electrical engineer, professor at Michigan State. He got me interested in collecting antique radios. The previous year we had my collection of antique radios on display in that room.
So when people come here one time, they could come back another time next year and find a whole new display,
yes,
perhaps?
really throughout the house. The exhibits are rotated, so most every room will have something different in it from the year before.
This is quite the structure. It's awesome as we pulled into the drive and seen this huge mansion. It's just along a country road here, and many people are going to see this and say, my goodness, how can I become involved in helping maybe donate my time, my money, my spirit into something like this in the Sanilac County area? How does somebody get involved?
Membership into society is very inexpensive. One can work here as a volunteer and attend our monthly membership meetings without being a member. We are just delighted to see people have an interest in our museum and grounds. We need volunteers to survive. Our income from receipts at the door from visitors is just a small fraction of the money that's necessary to keep this place going. Donations of both money and volunteer effort are very, very important to us, and I might say in very limited supply, unfortunately, too.
But places like this throughout the state of Michigan, if they're not dealt with in a way that people become more involved, could be a dying part of our history, and it might
that's correct,
be very
yes.
sad.
This site is listed on the Michigan Register of Historic Sites, and it's also on the National Register of Historic Places. We have a Michigan historical marker planted out in our front lawn.
It tells a little bit about the history of this this location. It's very fascinating too. What's the future? What is in the future for this plot of land here? Is there any future development or projects going on?
We're real excited about two projects. We are nearing completion of the restoration of a general store, the so-called Platts building that was owned by the Platts family. It was moved from the Four Corners in Port Sanilac here a few years back to our site, and it will be open as a general store, and we'll sell gifts and what have you in there. I think even more exciting is this summer we will be moving a one-room schoolhouse onto our grounds. It's the so-called Hucken School, located about 12 or 15 miles from here. It's the oldest existing one-room schoolhouse in Sanilac County. It was opened and used as a school from 1847 to 1947. It has been vacant since that time. It was totally restored about 10 years ago, so it's in an excellent state of repair. And that's going to be trucked on up here probably in July and reestablished here, and will be open for the benefit of our visitors, and I think perhaps more importantly for Sanilac County school children, who we hope will, without exception, as they go through their grammar school years, spend a day in that schoolhouse taking lessons, experiencing what it was like to attend school in the previous century.
That's amazing. Places like this in the state of Michigan are unique in the sense that they're not recreations, they are actual buildings. The actual part of history is being preserved by people like you in the Sanilac County Historical Society. And Jerry, we appreciate what you're doing for this area. We wish you the best of luck, and thank you very much for appearing in Michigan Magazine.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Historical societies like the Sanilac County Historical Society are to be commended for their insightful efforts in preserving historical landmarks and homes such as the Loop Harrison House. Preserving actual pieces of our past and not just photos or an author's interpretation adds immensely to the impact and respect for our heritage. Michigan Magazine again would like everyone to take time to visit the many local museums and historical sites throughout our state. These mini adventures will take you and your family on a voyage into the past that you won't soon forget. Michigan Magazine is being brought to you in part by the Cedar Tavern and Grill of Lupton, where friends come to meet friends and families come for delicious food and a wholesome atmosphere. Come relax with your favorite beverage or bring the crew for a great meal and live entertainment. It's happening now at the Cedar of Lupton. Hale Hardware, your do-it center in Hale, Michigan. Much more than a regular hardware store, providing everything you need for whatever your project is, along with a knowledgeable sales staff to get her done. Serving Northern Michigan since 1946. Hale Hardware, south of M65 at Ainsley in Hale. Hingeman Acres Canoe Livery and Resort on M33 just north of Mayo, catering to the outdoor enthusiasts. Cabins, canoes, kayaks, rafts, and more. Daytime or overnight trips along the world-famous Asaba River. A family getaway for over 75 years. From the busyness of a Detroit suburb, Fraser, Michigan, this husband and wife team, Misty Berry and Gregory Thornton, moved into the sparsely populated northeastern Lower Michigan community of Luzerne. With them, they brought dreams and an ingrained work ethic that would lead them into putting roots deep into the local environment. The two quickly turned a place that they came to only on vacation into a true home. They found the area receptive to new business, and with local encouragement, Misty and Gregory opened up for business, not one, but two businesses. Misty, a bake shop cafe, and Dr. Gregory, just down the block across the street, put out his Doctor of Chiropractic shingle. On an earlier edition, we visited with Misty at Sweet Misty Sweets, where her assimilation as a local was amazingly quick. Quite effortlessly, she not only found herself deep into the baking of goodies, catering to locals, and welcoming vacationers, but she and Gregory also found time to become involved as volunteers at the fire department, special school, and endless community events. On this edition, we crossed the street to visit with Dr. Gregory to find out more about his practice and love of the Luzerne area where just under 3,000 souls make their home.
Well, Luzerne is kind of an out-of-the-way place. It's nice God's country. I mean, beautiful woods around us. How in the world did you decide to, put stakes into this piece of the wilderness?
Well, we have been coming up for years, vacationing up here, and I just fell in love with the area, with people up through here, and realized that I would rather be up here. So we talked and made the transition a little over a year ago, and it's been great since.
Yeah, you're a busy person, Alex.
Well, at practice, we get to see a lot of different, more challenging type of cases up through here, which has been really good for me. I get to see everything from little kids to senior citizens and anything in between. I get to do a lot of sports related stuff. I am volunteering. This is my second year over at the Mayo High School for the football team. I go over there once a week and work on them, trying to keep them up and going.
So when you come into Luzerne, you are involved in everything pretty much. I mean,
pretty much, yes.
Pretty much a hometown community.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I loved about here, and one of the big reasons of moving up is that more hometowny-ish atmosphere, and besides a beautiful area.
Great. Now, you're not originally from this area. This is a new office that you've just opened up, which we appreciate you making, staking out a part of northern Michigan, which we really sorely need.
We moved up from Fraser, Michigan, in which I was down there for 15 years, my own practice down there before coming up here.
Okay. Now, I see in your description it's chiropractic and nutrition. Those play hand in hand. Is that it?
Yes, I found that really works well together. If you're going to try to heal someone up, you need a balance from all different directions to do that, to at least run as optimal health as you could.
We're going to learn a little bit more about chiropractic in just a moment, but this building has got a lot of character. As I came in the door, the floors squeaked, and it is quite the ambiance you've got here. What was this building before you renovated it?
The building was a mini mart for many years, and then it became a appliance repair place.
Oh my.
That was here just for a short period of time. And then it sat for a while.
And then you saw it and you fell in love with it, and then a little elbow grease and determination.
Yes, I saw the floors, absolutely love those. The wood ceiling, the open space, just the old character to it.
Oh boy.
These floors could talk.
Oh boy, and they do in their own way, don't they?
Yes, they do. They squeak each day.
Now tell us a little bit about the world of chiropractic. People come in and they see you and they see the equipment and they think, oh my, what am I getting into? Now, this is an age-old profession, isn't it? I mean...
Yes, yeah, well over 100 years old, and actually a lot of the concepts date even way back before that. The idea is to try to enhance the body so it can heal itself, since that's truly the only healing power.
Open up the avenues.
Yep, and try to get the right environment so you can do that. And get people basically functioning as well as you could be.
Okay, well, Dr. Greg, let's go into one of these scary rooms and, and kind of relieve my anxiety when I come in this room. What's this all about? I mean, this is your typical treatment room, right?
Yes, so this is a typical table that we'd be working on people with. And the idea is, well, it's just designed so we can get a lot of things to free up. In the spine, there's a lot of sensory, a lot of irritation, a lot of areas that can get locked up and alter health in a negative way. So we'll go through there, try to find out where things are at, along with also the other joints too. We see a lot of ankle injuries. A lot of people up here are a lot of physical labor, so it's really kind of nice to be able to get things back in place so they can go out and keep doing their job.
Right. So you are really, truly a hands-on doctor.
Yes, everything is. I don't like to use a lot of the instrument type stuff in the field.
A big thanks to Dr. Gregory and Misty for taking that step and following their dreams and letting us tell their story that might indeed stir and inspire the adventurous to check out the sometimes hidden business opportunities along Michigan's back roads. Experience the beauty, artistry, and taste of northern Michigan. Come to Amish Country Natural Products on Mount Tom Road, north of Mile, just off M33. From arts and crafts to fresh foods and vegetables, all natural, all local, all good. Stop by and get acquainted with Amish Country Natural Products, 1454 North Mount Tom Road, Mile. It's back and making memories for a new generation. The Rustic Inn of Lewiston, now open to chase away those winter blues with hot, delicious food, your favorite beverage, and an atmosphere that'll keep you coming back to make new memories and new friends. The new Rustic Inn on Red Oak Road, just south of Lewiston. Rose Valley Winery on Beechwood Road in Rose City. See what thousands are raving about, creating a delicious variety of award-winning Michigan wines. Stop by and taste for yourself. The taste of Michigan is yours at Rose Valley Winery.
Vacation. Don't make the planning of it more than what you're trying to get away from. At northernmichigancabinrentals.com, you can choose from over 2,500 cabins, cottages, lodges, resorts, lakefront vacation home rentals, and more. Whatever experience you're looking for, from rustic to luxury and everything in between. No more rustling with telephone books. No more endless internet searches. Just one site with over 2,500 Northern Michigan destinations. northernmichigancabinrentals.com.
Thanks for joining us along Michigan's back roads. Time for today's Phrase of the Week, giving you a chance to be entered in our drawing for some great Michigan products. Here you go. February the 9th is Fat Tuesday. You know the drill. Send it to us along with your name and address in a letter, postcard, or in an email to one of the addresses listed here on the screen. Until we meet again, on the trail or here on RFD TV, have a great week. Get up, get out, and enjoy what's out your own back door. We'd like to thank all those that help keep Michigan Magazine on the road. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Something special's cooking, hot and delicious. Indulge yourself at Morning at Maggie's in Bay City. Omelets, frittatas, hotcakes, and more. Make every day special with a stop at Morning at Maggie's for breakfast or lunch on Saginaw in Bay City. Introducing the Weed Gator for safe and easy aquatic weed removal. The Weed Gator is the #1 alternative to harsh chemicals for getting rid of pond and lake weeds. Safe and effective. See it in action now at weedgator.net. Made in the USA. Shopping for that special person just got easier when you shop at Rose City Drug at 2640 North M33, just south of the Rose City city limits. You'll find gifts for everyone on your list from 1 to 100. Shop online or in person at Rose City Drug, Rose City.